Hello people, it's me again, Awesome50, back again, and today I'm going to talk about a game that came across as extremely promising, and it handled and played really well. Now this game is, I'd say it's quite oldish now, to be honest. It depends how you class, how old the game what should be before it's classed as old, but you people will know what I'm talking about. It's a game called Hellblade. Now, Hellblade, it came across as an extremely decent game when I started playing it, and it actually was a decent game. It ran really smoothly. But then again, I did play it on the Xbox Series X. You know, it's on the Game Pass. And the combat was extremely good. Right, there wasn't much to do in the combat, but the graphics and your character's movement was extremely good. And it was kind of interesting, and it had its own set of challenges. Like, for example, you could set the difficulty on the combat to auto, which is what I played it on. So basically, depending on how well you play in the combat, depends how difficult the enemies are going to be. And yeah. So anyway, the game started off really good. It had a really nice storyline to it because it was, you know, it was set in like the Viking times kind of thing, you know, with the Viking lore, Norse mythology kind of thing. And the plot was you have your lover's head or skull, I believe, and you're trying to like save them from what would be hell, I believe, in Norse mythology. And that is the best thing I'm going to say about this game because aside from the game running really smoothly and the combat being kind of decent, to be fair, everything else was fucking terrible. I just done a full 360 on this game because it wasn't that good. You only got 3 bosses in the game to fight, okay? Excuse me. You've only got 3 bosses in the game to fight. And they're not that difficult. They're actually extremely fucking easy to actually kill. They're not even on hard mode. They're not difficult to kill. You've got the first one, which is like I don't know the names of the gods in mythology, Norse mythology, but you've got the fire god. It's like Ifrit of Final Fantasy. Yeah, you fight him extremely easy. Just gotta keep dodging him. That's it. And he has one area type. Then you fight this flying bird thing that chucks knives at you or blades or whatever, and they have a dash attack. Now that was possibly one of the more difficult bosses, and then you have a boss. I think it was called Garb, which was supposed to be Fenris, something like that. You know the wolf in Norse mythology, the wolf. You know what I mean? The god, whatever. I think that's what the next boss is supposed to be after that, and that's extremely easy as well because the boss just does pretty much close range attacks, which are so predictable and you can dodge quite easily. You don't need to parry, you can dodge. And then the boss does some shit where he's in the dark and he's trying to attack you. All you gotta do is just spam dodge, and you'll probably dodge everything the first time. The game also lies to you as well. So when you start playing the game, you're under the assumption that, well, your character has rot, and the rot is like going up her arm, and if the rot gets to her head, you get a permadeath, where you're permanently dead and your save file will get deleted, and then you'll have to start a new game again. Which, in my opinion, that explains the very short game length time, which is only roughly around 8 hours of gameplay, which is fuck all. That is not enough time for any video game on the planet, not this day and age for a. Well, this was on PlayStation 4, was this game, but even for them standards, for the last generation of consoles, no game should be 8 hours long. Fuck me, even PlayStation 3 games are about 11 hours in length for a longish game, so 8 hours is ridiculous. But whatever. You know, with this pyramid, I think it made sense because maybe there was a chance you keep dying and you have to keep new gaming it because you're forced to. That's a lie. I even looked it up. The rot naturally goes up her around to her head anyway as the story progresses, and you will not permadie. That is a lie. And the developers even admitted that because they even said that they just wanted to add attention to the game. But adding attention to the game, they lied to us. You should have been able to set it though. If you want a hardcore gamer and you want to like play on the hardest difficulty, whatever, they should have added an option where you could allow the permadeath. They should have allowed it. But then again, how the hell's a game going to go into your system and delete the save file? I mean, it was all kind of seedy anyway. Because what, how can a game have access to your save files and then delete them? It just wouldn't happen, would it? I even tried tricking myself, saying, "Hey, I'll still play safe because you know I might need to," but still, it was it would never happen. And even if you are about to die, you just get knocked down. You can quite easily get back up again by spamming one of the buttons. So you're probably not going to die. To be honest, the game gives you that many like choices in that retrospect. So Don't worry about dying. You're not gonna. There's no permadeath. So you just play the game and die as many times as you want. Nothing's gonna happen. Bullshit. Which are quite fortunate for it, because I didn't want to have to replay the game. So yeah, the storyline's very, very linear. You just kind of walk around the opening doors by looking for special runes. And by looking at these special runes, they somehow open a fucking door. Yeah. And there's some puzzles in the game that which are not extremely difficult. Like, I once played a game called Darksiders, and now they have puzzles which were kind of complicated towards the end of the game. This game, however, had no difficult puzzles whatsoever. The most difficult puzzle I felt was when what people won't know this unless you played the game, but there was like a swamp level, and you've got to walk through these like doorway things to alter things around you, if that makes sense. Now that took a bit for me to get used to because I didn't quite know what was happening at first. And then there was another one where there's this fire demon thing chasing you, and you have to get the runes really fast and then get back to the door. Now I died there shitload of times, and this is when I realised I'm probably not going to permadie. Yeah. Excuse me, people. I just got some dry mouth. So yeah, there's also absolutely very little backstory as well. Like I said, I just explained what I believe the backstory were at the start of this video, but there really isn't much backstory, nor is there any lore. The only lore about this game is the Norse mythology, which unless you follow Norse mythology, you're not really going to know what's going on, a bit like myself. And the character you meet, see, I'm one of them kind of people. I am one of them kind of people. Not sicko, but like weirdo. A bit of a weirdo. She wasn't attractive for if you're a video game character. This character you're moving, she's fucking funny looking. She's not attractive for a video game character. No woman on the planet looks like this character you're moving. She's fucking hideous. She's fucking horrendous. Like, she's got a massive forehead, like a proper forehead of doom. Her fucking forehead's massive. She's just fucking weird looking. Like it's like a made up face. It's like, who would create a female character like that? You know, maybe this is what, Norse women looked like back then, but gee, she's fucking horrendous. And yeah, like, what the fuck? Who's the monster here? The bosses I'm fighting, or the character I'm moving? What the fuck? You know? So yeah, Hellblade. Yay, good game. No, it's people play the game if you want to play the game. It's on Xbox Game Pass. If you've got nothing better to play, then play it. The game does something good though. This is an interesting point. It goes to show that your character in the game suffers from some form of psychosis. Now I know quite a lot about that topic, and she hears things, and that's actually a really interesting take. A game's never actually done this before, but I don't understand why the game had a warning for anyone with mental health issues, like do not play this game. It just sounds so fucking ridiculous, you know. And it goes to show you're not even too sure in the game if all this that's happening is in your character's head. It's never really explained. Because the story just isn't there. There isn't a story to this game. You just start playing the linear game, and then you get to the end of the game, and that's it. There isn't even a fucking last boss. You isn't one. I was expecting you meet Hela midway through the game or whatever, and then you meet Hela again at the end, and then the last level. Spoiler alert. Right, I carry on. Okay, so the last bit is where you just keep fighting bad guys. That's it. Until you die, because you're supposed to die, you're not supposed to win. I didn't know that. I was fighting baddies for about 45 fucking minutes till I realised, hey up, something's not right. And then I got sworn, and then I let myself get killed. And then it turned out I was supposed to do that all along. And that's it. You finished the game. And I'm thinking, you have to be joking. This cannot be serious. I wanted a last boss. I deserve a last boss. But no, I didn't get that. So I was kind of robbed because I always like a good last boss, because there was a last boss of a game is supposed to be one of the most memorable things by any video game. How hard the last boss is, and you're supposed to get some gratification from killing the last boss. You don't get that. The game doesn't give you that, and in my opinion, that's extremely fucking lazy on the developers. Why couldn't you just do that? I don't know what possessed them to make this game. It's absolutely ridiculous because the world would still be the same world it is without this game. So anyway, people, the game's called Hellblade. it's not a good game. But if you've nothing to play and you got the Xbox Game Pass, whatever, it's free for you pretty much because you pay your monthly fees. Give it a whirl. But don't worry, because even I mean I could be wrong, but don't worry about this permadeath thing because I died so many times and I didn't get permanently killed. I just kept reloading back to where I was before. And that was it. You know, nothing daunting about this game. I'm gonna get off now. I've just covered just over 10 minutes. Yeah, awesome 50 out, people. Remember, people, Hellblade. Shit.